Okay. We're gonna get started here in a minute. Just make sure everything is going good. First, let me tweet it out. I'm sorry if you hear like a weird hissing, by the way. It's my laptop's been acting up. The fan's been causing me some problems, so if you hear that, I apologize. If it's like a big problem, I can see if there's something I can do, but who knows, honestly. Okay. Let's see. Live with my I hope that's how you spell Tsushima. Okay. Alright, that's out there. Let's just do one more thing, then I think we'll be okay. Okay. Let's see. All right. I think we are good to go. So, last time we basically just got through the opening tutorial stuff, and we were doing some of the missions for Sensei Ishawaka, I think his name is. I'm a dumb American, so if you expect me to say any Japanese and or foreign name correctly, oh boy, you are mistaken. Oh wait, somewhere around here. Oh, it's right there. Alright, Let's get back on. So I think we're just gonna go see question mark. But there is, so we should go make our way this way to Lady Masako, however you say it. She has the, well, she's the one of the people we need to recruit for. What is that? Oh, that's a bear. Oh, well, he's on our side technically, so let him fuck up the Mongols. Alright. I feel like I'm forgetting something, but I don't know what it is. Oh. What the? Oh, you don't mess with my fucking horse, man. Oh, that's a big boy. Oh, I thought I dodged out of the way. There we go. You got the notification? Awesome, awesome, awesome. Where's Kage? You alright, buddy? Oh, you know what? I don't think I informed Discord that we're live yet. For some reason, I still don't think the Discord notifications are working. At least they haven't been, so I'll do that when we get to like a cutscene or something. Oh, I think there's us over here. Oh, yeah, we can climb up here. Oh, come on. Oh, it's just a little holdout. Can we not climb up here? Oh, I see you are. We can do over there. These dirty ass rocks. Alright. We can get up like that. I don't have anyone I need. I need, I think, a blacksmith. So I think I can upgrade my sword. Okay. Hi, D616. This is just a trapper, right? He doesn't give us anything we need. Okay, so this was basically a colossal waste of time. Ooh, we can actually go down this way and do the Mythic Tale instead of going over here. Thoughts on the game getting a movie adaptation? I mean, I want to say I'm excited, and I am, but it's just weird how, like, suddenly everything's getting an adaptation. like, you know, video game related stuff used to be really rare, and now, like, everything's getting an adaptation. And a lot of video game adaptations also weren't great. I mean, there's been a couple exceptions to that rule, especially this year with, like, the Mario Bros. Movie and the Last of Us show, which is really good. But yeah, like, a lot of stuff's getting adaptations. Like, I know they're adapting God of War into a show now, and there's been a lot of talks of who would play Kratos and stuff. Capitalism. pretty much. Why make you only pay for something once when you can pay for it 20 times? I mean, but luckily it seems like there's been a shift now where instead of being such a big, like, joke and everyone knocking on game adaptations and stuff, with things like The Last of Us, I think that has changed a bit. Because the problem is, a lot of adaptations, like Assassin's Creed, like Uncharted, you can tell it was made by people who have never, like, forget played, or even remotely, like, seen the game. They just have, like, a basic outline. So, you know, I didn't mean to do that. So, when you have people who don't know the source material they're working with, of course you're going to get a bad adaptation because they don't know. So it's good that a lot of people who worked on the games, like Neil Druckmann worked on The Last of Us show, and I believe I forget who's directing the Ghost of Tsushima movie or show. I think it's someone who worked on the game, like the game's director or something. So it's good to get them involved. The game's inspired by old samurai movies. Yeah, it literally has a Kurosawa mode, so you can play looking like one of his old movies, which is really awesome. But for a long-term stream, it doesn't really, everything black and white doesn't really work as well because you also need to see color. But yeah, I mean, obviously, like, I think Ghost of Tsushima works a bit better because it was inspired by those old, samurai movies, which I love, by the way. Like, 47 Ronin, 1 and 2, Yojimbo, The Seven Samurai. Like, I love those movies. So, obviously, I think going back, it would work as a movie as well. Because it's inspired by them. This game does look good. I'm also playing on the PS5 version, so it looks a bit upscaled from what it did on the PlayStation. But even on the PlayStation 4, but even on the PlayStation 4, it still looked good, I remember. But yeah, it looks even better now. Actually, to be honest, my capture card really doesn't even do it justice. I mean, it looks good, like, on OBS, but what I'm looking at looks even better, quite honestly. I think, like, especially the lighting, too, is particularly beautiful. I feel like this one... I feel like it won, like, Best Art Direction. I know it didn't win Game of the Year, because that's when it got beat out by Last of Us 2, I believe. But I feel like this won maybe Best Art Direction or something. It definitely should have. I mean, this game is beautiful. I've seen people saying they want a sequel. I don't think it needs one. Well, I think Sucker Punch themselves have said they're going to do a sequel. I wouldn't mind a sequel. My thing is, I don't think you necessarily need to continue with Jin's story. I think Jin's story, where it left off, either endings, I think is beautiful. And I would hate for them to go back on that. But it seems like they probably are going to do that. My question is how they're going to do a sequel. Because depending on the endings, which ending you picked, there's two different answers, I think. Because, one sees Jin going back to his old tradition and, Oh, I think this is what we need to do? Or is this something else? Because, one ending goes back to Jin going back to the samurai code, and the other one has him being hunted down as a outlaw, basically. So I think, depending which ending they make canon, if they continue Jin's story, is going to change how they do a second and third game. Because the second Mongol invasion happened... I'm not a big history buff, so don't kill me if I'm wrong, but I think the second Mongol invasion took place about 7 or 8 years after the first. So I don't think a second game's going to jump right into that big a time jump. I think what they'll do is if they go with the one ending, they're going to have it take place in between the invasions and basically have the first game have the first game or the second game being Jin just being hunted by the Shogun, and then the third will be the second Mongol invasion. Or if they want to go straight into the second invasion, which I think would be I don't think that'd be the smart choice, they might split the game in two, because I do think they're going to try and go for a third game. But I think it'd be smarter just to have a like sandwich game in between the invasions where Jin is just being hunted by like the Shogun for his crimes. The game's not historically accurate. Oh yeah, no. There's a ton of historical inaccuracies. I mean, by the time the Mongols invaded for the first time, and this is more like a general misconception when it comes to samurai, the samurai were not like all swordsmen at this time. Or like by this point in their inception, the samurai weren't like these amazing, otherworldly swordsmen. By the time the Mongols invaded, the samurai were mostly horseback archers. Like, that's what they specialized in. There's also a misconception, and this is funny when, like, someone like Joe Rogan says this. Like, he's like, oh, 50 Japanese samurai were able to hold off 500 legions of Mongolians. Like, no, the Mongolians destroyed, like, literally killed the samurai in every battle. It was only because of the hurricanes the Mongols had to retreat. That's literally it. Like, the samurai code didn't exist in that time period. Oh, really? Like, I know the samurai weren't what people think they were for a long time of their conception. Like, I think when people think of samurai in movies like 47 Ronin and Yojimbo, and they think of, like, Miyamoto Musashi, they're thinking of, like, the very early conception of samurai where there was a code and they were more swordsmen because they didn't have the longbows they did when they were on horseback. But it's like, over the course of the samurai's life, they were very different than what people think they were. Well, yeah, Mongolia was like, the Mongolian Empire was one of the biggest, wasn't it? Like, I think it was technically, if you're talking landmass, not necessarily power, I think the Mongolian Empire was the biggest by pure land. Like, it was like they were like all of Asia pretty much at one point, and a good piece of, like, even like, they went south as well. It's the second biggest? What's the first? What was the first? I feel like it's either Rome or the Ottomans. Oh, yeah. I guess that's true. I wasn't even thinking, because I was thinking, like, Old World, but I guess that's still Old World, technically. I think the Ottomans were technically the longest empire, right? Like, the longest reigning. Well, technically, China's the longest reigning empire, but that's kind of more debatable, I guess, depending on what you define as an empire. So we got the kunai, black powder bomb, smoke bomb. We'll call it the sticky bomb. Alright, so we can choose our different equipment now. I guess USSR can count as an empire. I guess. We weren't around for very long, though. Well, technically Japan would be a super long empire as well, because they still have an emperor. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure the prime minister might take a brunt of the power now, but I don't know. Like, I say I'm not like the problem is I have a horrible memory, but I do love learning about history. That's why I like so many like historical movies and stuff, because I find I retain stuff better in like a film, you know, version of something rather than reading it in a book. I didn't get water before I started streaming, did I? No, I never remember. Alright, we'll brunt it. The Japanese, yeah, the Japanese Empire doesn't have like political power, right? So I guess that's technically, yeah, I really wouldn't consider it a empire anymore. I remember something that was funny. I never played it, but a lot of my friends loved the game Hearts of Iron. I think they're playing Hearts of Iron 4, where you can control a nation, and basically it's you can control the nation and like all the political choices and stuff. And I think in Hearts of Iron 4, it starts after like World War I or something, or World War II. And one of my friends chose Japan, and he was like, he started after World War I or something, and he was so bad at the game, like he was so bad at managing his country, he sent Japan back to the Shogun era, all the way from World War I back to the Shogunates. That was always something funny I remember from that game. Oh, England still has a royal family. Yeah, but the king does have power, though. It's so crazy how like I know it's nowadays like saying like the emperor or the king or the queen or whatever. It's much more symbolic, I guess, than it was, but it's still so weird to me how in 2023, well, basically, I mean, we have a day left, 2 days left of 2023. It's crazy how there's still people on this earth we call like king and queen. It's like, it's amazing that still happens. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. It's just like, it's so weird. I'm Romanian, and the Romanian royal family basically has no connection with the country anymore. Yeah, I mean, I guess, like, King Charles has a much bigger connection than, like, other technical monarchs do. I mean, obviously there's countries, like, in Saudi Arabia where, like, the king does have pretty much all the power. So, I guess there is, you know, there are exceptions, but it's so weird that, like, there's still the idea of, like, a king and queen and, like, royal families. It's just such like a medieval concept. So the fact it's like still accepted as a thing in the year 2023 is kind of crazy. But it's also a culture thing too, I guess. Like especially in like Saudi Arabia and I think some other Middle Eastern countries think have emperors and kings and stuff. I mean, by all intent and purposes, if you define a royal family as someone who like just takes power one after the other, like Kim Jong-un would technically be a king, considering that, you know, the only people who can rule the country is of his family. Which is funny how, like, North Korea technically calls himself a democracy, even though, you know, the only choice is one person, but that's a whole other thing. At least I don't believe anymore. At least kings don't believe anymore. That is their God-given right to rule their people. I mean, in places like Saudi Arabia, I feel like that might still be the conception. Oh, we had to fall. I think we had to track the trail. You know, I stuck with I was never going to play the English dub in this game, and I'm sticking with it. I am never going to play the English dub, but it's a good thing I've played this game before, because trying to like read the subtitles while keeping up with like the chat and stuff, it is tough. Not gonna lie. Not switching. I refuse to play this in dub, which is like, I'm not even a big like anime person, like dub versus sub, but I just for this game in particular, I just love the Japanese dialogue. The English dub is good. I actually think, even though I always play in the Japanese version, I do think the English voice actor they got for Jin actually did do a very good job. Like, I don't think it's a bad dub by any means. I've certainly seen worse. It's just what I prefer to play. He was made for English. It was made for both, but I just like Jin's voice, because I've heard the English voice actor, and again he's good, but like I can't. Whenever I hear Jin, I hear this voice. Like that's all I hear. Well, I don't really care for like English dubs if it's like anime, honestly, but like even for movies and stuff, I always go with like the original dub. Like I just don't mind reading subtitles. You want more mythical sub stories in the next game? They brought more stuff in for like the Legends mode. And it was really cool. I do like the little hints at like the Shinto practices throughout the game, like the whole thing with the foxes and the wind and stuff. But yeah, I do think that could be something they bring in more. Ooh. What honestly, if you know, I feel like what they could do, Sucker Punch Wanted, is almost make it like an anthology instead of one continuous story after the other. So like instead of another, you know, game about the Mongol invasion, they can make just a game about like the 47 Ronin or like Miyamoto Musashi or something. Like, I don't feel like they should be restricted to just covering the Mongol invasions with Jin, even though I do love his character and I do love the game. Hope Jin and Yuna kiss in the next game. Yeah, Jin doesn't really get involved in much like romantical stuff. He's pretty dead set, so it'd be interesting to see now like if he goes to a next game, there's no invaders, how he reacts. Ishii Island, I think it's I've played it. I think it's installed. We'll do it if when we're done with the main story. See, you know what's funny is they actually kind of went with more mythical stuff in the Ishii Island DLC, and it was really well done, I think. So I definitely do see, you know, them doing more mythical stuff. Look for the white-leafed tree. He's pretty traumatized. I think it's definitely, you know, he's got some trauma, but I think a part of it is also just like the conflict Jin feels the whole time. Like the most interesting part of this game to me is Jin's conflict of, you know, having to either give up the samurai code and possibly what he grew up to be to save his country, or let his countries go but abandon the samurai code and become essentially a ninja, quite honestly. Who are you? In the cut content is implied that his father abused him. Oh, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, being grown by your parents and peers and teachers to be a warrior for your entire life, yeah, I don't exactly I can't imagine that's an easy existence. So, you know, I'm not surprised there would be some abuse involved, quite frankly. I think it's actually kind of a given. I wonder why they cut it. Maybe they just felt like it was a bit too much. Although, it's weird they cut it because I think it would have made more sense in a way as to why Jin looks so much to his uncle as a father figure. Well, I mean, he also looks to him because his father died, but, you know, they could have went a little more in depth with that. Are you serious? I missed that. The parkour is definitely... I'm not gonna say it's bad, but it's like... That is something they can definitely improve upon in the next game. Because it just doesn't... Like, sometimes it just doesn't feel very good. Ooh, alright. Didn't see the bottom rock at first. I wasn't even sure we can get on that. Oh yeah, no, they definitely can. I mean, it's serviceable, but it's just like... There's some part... Like, sometimes Jin just goes in a direction you don't want him to go. Like, sometimes he'll just fly off, like, for no reason. That's why, like, I think the grappling hook in the Iki Island DLC is better, because it basically lets you skip some major parts of the climbing, and it's much easier just to get it done, in my opinion. I also like how Jin looks like a normal person. Oh yeah, yeah. That's what's kind of cool about, like, well, he looks normal, but with the amount of, like, costumes and shit they have in this game, you can make Jin look pretty crazy. But, yeah, he's very, like, normal looking. I mean, that's typically... That hurt me? What the hell? But yeah, that's typically when a character is more memorable, is when, like, you know, they look normal like anyone, but it's just, like, through their character and their actions where you remember them over someone who's, like, you know, really stylized or whatever. The Bloodborne armor? I'm not even sure what that one looks like. I like his, I like the ghost armor. I like his, like, family armor that his dad wore. It has, like, the antlers. I thought that one was cool. Oh, 100% Jin's superhuman. But, like, I don't know if it's, like, superhuman, but it's, like, some, you know... It's probably a bit more, anime explanation. It's kind of thing where, like, he has the spirit of the island with him or something, you know? Some enemies will attempt to trick you with a faint attack. Okay, yeah. They try and... So I gotta look out until he actually tries and hit me. Are these people not cold? Wearing, like, these rags? I wish this game had a normal lock-on system. Where are they hiding? Ooh, some supplies. Then we're going this way, right? The game can be set in Infamous timeline, so he can be a mutant. Oh, oh yeah, it's the same studio. I forget about that. Do I want to be sneaky here? Oh, I'm not even sure if I can be sneaky. Infamous is a series I kind of want to get into. I've only ever played Second Son, and I didn't even finish it. But it wasn't because I wasn't liking it, I was just playing different things. But it's definitely a series I can start playing again. Alright, yeah, I don't think I can do that stealthily. I've heard a lot of people say Second Son's actually their favorite. The biggest downside is stealth. In this game, I actually don't mind the stealth in this game. Usually, if I'm playing like a quote-unquote stealth game and I'm given the choice to be like loud and stupid, I'll be loud and stupid. Like, if I play something like, I like how I got hit by that too. I forgot that like hurts you as well. If I play something like Metal Gear, like Dishonored, I'll always go for the loud and rambunctious playstyle rather than stealth. But I actually don't mind it here because you get so many like gadgets and stuff. It's I think it's fun. Like when you get more of the ghost abilities, and you're faster, you know, you sneak up on people easier. I don't mind it. There's someone... Oh, no, I guess that's it. Oh, you know what? I have to grab my phone charger. Alright, there we go. The AI is pretty dumb. The AI in any stealth-based game are like the biggest idiots ever. Like, that's another thing too why like stealth is stupid. The thing that pisses me off in a lot of stealth-based games is that they feel inconsistent, where like you can be right up an enemy's ass and he won't see you, yet like in a game like Metal Gear, I feel like you can somehow get spotted like 50 yards away when like you don't even know anyone's looking. That's when like it pisses me off and it's like I don't want to play them. The biggest thing is I just don't have patience for stealth, quite honestly. I love doing it. I love getting like the perfect parry and getting that kill shot. So fun. It's true, but the game also needs to be enjoyable. Yeah, that's why I can never get into Metal Gear, because like, not only is it so stealth-based, but it's like the AI also, it's so easy to get seen. And it's like, with Metal Gear, I mean, I think the later ones were different, but like, especially the early ones, like, you needed to be stealthy. There was no other choice. I know there was a hot springs we didn't go to a little bit back, so we're gonna have to remember that. I don't really need to remember it, because there's, you know, the map, but I'm just saying, like, in general, I need to remember it. Kagi. Fuck out of here. There he is, I was about to say. It's a shame you can't use the PvE cosmetics in the base game. I remember complaining about that with like some friends because the base PvE or the PvE costumes are really good. A lot of them. I remember I never played a ton of Legends mode. I played for like a solid month with my friends when it first came out. It was fun, but some of like the later maps and like challenges really hard. Like you really had to lock in for some of them. I remember. I mean, it was enjoyable for the most part, but like, I remember a lot of it at the time. It was a pain in the ass. One thing I hope they don't change in like a Ghost of Tsushima sequel is the horse, like how it rides in the AI, because I think Ghost of Tsushima has my favorite like horse AI ever. It's like I love that like. God, don't get me started on fucking Red Dead horse. Again, I love Red Dead as a game, but those horses, man, Jesus. I'm actually gonna try and be stealth here, why not? I can understand the archer one because of the different bow type, but the rest they can add easily. Oh yeah, definitely. I guess if they couldn't add one, they'd want to add any of them. Oh, the win system? Yeah, I do too. I love how the game still has like quest markers and stuff like that without putting shit on the HUD. That's so great. Like, I feel like more games are going to try and do that. Because it's such a beautiful game, and what's even better, too, is how they implemented, like, Shinto beliefs and stuff into it with the wind, and your mom being the little, bird. What's up, Bruce? Thanks for stopping by, man. I don't think any of these guys have anything I can take. Oh, never mind. Let's see. Alright, I think we're good. But yeah, I love the horse in this game. I mean, as much as I love Red Dead 2, I don't love, you know, riding half across the map only for my horse to trip over a fucking pebble and kill both of us. So, I love that the horses in this game are pretty sturdy. No, you know what horse pissed me off? Was fucking Roach from The Witcher 3. I feel like people might not agree. I never beat The Witcher 3. I played like half of it, but I could not stand Roach. I thought he was so stupid. Ordered Slam Dunk and a manga called Origin. Ooh, what are those about? I need some more manga recommendations. Right now, all I'm reading Berserker. I haven't really touched anything else for a while. So this is the first of the, like, special moves I think we can get. We're kind of under-leveled, so I think I'm going to die a couple times. Slam Dunk is a basketball manga made by the same guy who made Vagabond, which you probably know. Oh, really? I never got into much of, like, the sports, mangas or stuff. Ooh. Yeah, see? That's it there. Although, what was the one... I think there was, like, a boxing one I used to like. I don't remember the name of it, though. I know there's, like, the one... There's, like, that one volleyball manga a lot of people like. My god, I have this one friend. You guys ever hear of Yuri on Ice? It's like an ice skating anime. I have a friend who fucking loved that. He's also a big JoJo's fan. I don't know if that goes hand in hand, but I'm just throwing that out there. He is so fast. Yeah, I'm about to die. Oh no! Alright, that was pretty good for my first attempt. Also, sorry for my English, for my second language. I guess it's not your first playthrough. No, I've played it before, but it was like a long time ago when it came out. And dude, your English is fine. I didn't even detect anything. It's funny when people say that. They're like, "Oh, sorry for my English." I'm like, you write better English than I do. You have no reason to be sorry. Yeah, I didn't detect anything, man. Your English is fine. Oh. What is your first language? Alright. Oh, see, now we have... Oh, Romanian. Oh, that's right. You said you were Romanian. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. His like grammar, his spelling is better than mine. I didn't even. You don't have to apologize for your English at all. I'm the one who should apologize for my English. Or it is made by Boyoshi, who made Sunken Rock. It goes into what it means to be human, humanity, things of that nature. The protagonist is like an android who sides with a human. Ooh, I might check that out then. That sounds like some Detroit Become Human stuff. Which, by the way, I love Detroit Become Human. I don't love all of that guy's games, like Heavy Rain or the other one he did, but I do like Detroit Become Human. I wish I played Detroit Become Human on stream. It's like, I could replay it, but as a kind of game where once you play it once, it's not the same thing. To be honest. So we have some skills we need to spend. Okay. Alright. Let's see. You have the Samurai, Stance, Ghost. So we hold the stab, and then you can do it twice. Hold. Well, that's pretty good, actually. I think you would love it. The art is insanely good. Like Berserk levels of peak. Yeah, I'm going to check it out. Is it, like, newer? Or has it been out for a while? Because I feel like I would have heard of it. Save yourself from defeat when wounded. Let's get that. Let's do... Ah, see here. That's why I thought it didn't hurt you. Because I had that before. And I would use it. We need to go find a... a blacksmith, right? Yeah, we found a swordsmith. Which I think... I don't know if we've ran into one yet. I love the charm that makes Heavenly Strike summon lightning. I don't even remember that one. Or... No, do I? I don't know. Are we? I don't think we've been here yet. Golden Temple might have... They might have a swordsmith. Let's go over there, actually. Let's see who they got. So I think I need an armorer, too. I think I can get down from here. It's so weird that hurts you. It's sort of newer for manga, ended back in like 2019. It's also super underrated and not super well-known manga. The official translation for the manga just started dropping in like November of this year. I might check that out then. I mean, I've been wanting to cover some manga on the channel, Which, I mean, I've started covering Berserk, but I want to cover some more. And honestly, I like covering stuff that's not as known. So if I check it out and like it, it's possible I could cover it eventually. Because it's the concept, like, I feel like the concept of, that's why I like Detroit Become Human so much, because the concept of AI and how advanced it can get, and when it starts becoming a point of, like, when does this human-made thing become sentient? I think it's a really interesting debate and, you know, concern for the future. So if I can cover that in a video, I'd certainly be interested in it. I've actually considered talking about Detroit Become Human because of that, but again, it's like Detroit Become Human is the kind of game where it's like it's hard to replay twice because you know everything. It's from Baku, the voice of Konami New Game Plus. I've never actually played New Game Plus. I think I started, but I didn't get far. Also, unlock musical armor from him. Okay. Yeah, I don't think I've ever completed New Game. There aren't many games I've played New Game Plus for. This should have been one of them, but I think something else came out around this time. I think when this game came out, it was like still kind of around COVID, wasn't it? So it's like, I think I no-liked this whole game and just played it for like a week straight. Go talk to the nice lady. Hajime no Ippo. Yeah, that was made. That was by what's his name? See, I know it because one of Kentaro Miura's mentors made it. I've heard it's like really big. It's big in Japan, but no physical official English translation, unfortunately. That's surprising. Like, I'm surprised a manga about boxing didn't like become bigger in the U.S. to get a translation or like a physical translation. Sega's making a New Game Plus DLC for Dragon 8. Really? That's like New Game Plus. I don't feel should be like a DLC, and it sucks because I think God of War Ragnarok was a DLC as well. Yeah, the manga's huge in Japan. It has a following in the States. It's a cult following. I wonder why it's not like bigger though. You'd think something like that would really take off. You can play Dragon Dogmas too. Maybe. I do want to play the first one. I know the game's kind of weird. Like, I know there's a thing where, your companions follow what you do, and it's like, like if you're like really cheap and don't pay for anything, your companions will become cheap or something. Like, I think I'm explaining it right, but it's like something like that. Whereas like the AI and your companions are really adaptive. I want to check it out. I think it's on, like, I think it's free on PlayStation or something. I'm not usually into fantasy very much, but that seems like something where it's like, it's so different, I might be into it. We don't have water stance. Oh, yes, we do. I'm thinking. See, I'm always thinking it's talking about the stance that's made for the big guys, but it's just because he's just a regular shield dude. There we go. Would recommend Dragon Dogma, and the sequels come out in late March. Yeah, I know. You're not Kage. Get the fuck out of here. I know. No, I do want to check it out. Wish it was more popular. It has more chapters than One Piece, I believe. Holy shit, that's super long then. Didn't One Piece just pass its 1000th chapter, like... Ooh, maybe that was like been a year ago or something. That's long as hell. See, I hate to say it, but I'm one of those people where, like, I get discouraged, kind of, if something's, like, super long like that. I would still give it a shot, but it's like, oof. That's why, like, I don't think I can ever watch the One Piece anime, honestly. It's just so long. Like, I'd actually rather read the manga than watch the anime. I like Catcom too. 100% don't blame you, it's long AF. Yeah, I hate to be discouraged, because like I am a fast reader when I want to be, but it's like I have to really like something. Like Berserk I'm getting through fast because I just like it so much. Okay. Here we go. So there's a couple things we can do. Okay, Legends we're not gonna do. Let's get this. Ah, Swordsmith. Perfect. Yeah, it's not insanely long. Like, you get through the chapters really quick, though, because Berserk is, like, weird where it'll have a long chapter. It'll have, like, a couple long chapters at the beginning and the end of an arc, but, like, most of the in-between is really short. Like, the 360-something chapters are at, it's not as long as it seems. Hope they make a Code Veronica remake. I don't like RE5. Oh my god. D616. I fucking disdain. I disdain Resident Evil 5. I hate that game. I am with you 100%. Oh my god. I hate RE5. Oof. Ooh. Don't even get me started. Like, RE5, I played it with a friend, and even playing it with a friend, like, usually you can play anything that's with a friend, because it's like, it makes it somewhat enjoyable. RE5, I just could not fucking handle it. A remake for RE5 would be perfect to fix it. I mean, yeah, I guess, but like, I don't even want to look at the game. I just do not like that game. I actually, believe it or not, have not played Code Veronica, which sucks because I know everyone said it's like one of the best RE games, so that's one I have to play. Reading is good for you. I need to read more, honestly. Like a year ago, I got really sick, like almost bedbound, and you know, as a way to like, you know, pass the time and like feel better, I would just read. I read, I think, over 35 books last year, and that's not including all the manga and comics I read. But I think this year it's a lot. I've read not nearly as many novels, but I have read more comics though. Like right now, I'm going through like the Batman reading order. Chris is literally a bioweapon in that game. Isn't RE5? That's the one where they brought in Chris was punching the Rock, wasn't it? I haven't Hush for Christmas. Great storytelling and art actually goes into Batman's mind for how it thinks as a detective. You know what's amazing with Batman Hush? For years, I remember people saying the comic was great and they loved Hush because he was so mysterious and he was such an interesting villain, and the writing and art was great. And I agreed. Like Batman Hush, I love that comic. I still do. But for some reason, like, now, people seem to have a problem with Batman Hush. They're like, oh, this comic sucks. Oh, why is he going to bring Hush into the Batman universe? He sucks as a kid. Like, where was this energy? Where was this energy years ago when Batman Hush first came out? Like, why was everyone saying they were loving it at first, and now y'all acting like it's the worst thing ever? Like, I that's so weird. Code Veronica's a bit cheesy, but okay. I like Resident Evil when it's cheesy. Put that on. What's up, Infamous Wolf? Superman Red Sun's really good. I would love a Superman Red Sun like live action. That's the thing is I wish DC would be more experimental with their films and do stuff like off-world movies, because like I've come to the conclusion now that like the DCEU is officially done. Like, I don't think DC needs a connected universe. I genuinely don't. Because 2 movies DC's released in the last couple of years that have gone, like, head-to-head for a lot of Marvel movies, and a lot of people consider even better, is, like, The Joker and The Batman. 2 one-off, like, projects that have done amazingly well, both critically and, like, among the fans and stuff. So it's like, I don't think DC needs to do a connected universe. I think they could just keep doing, like, one-off things with their heroes. Like, just have Batman and Superman. You don't need them connected. I think it was because they had to connect the DCU that caused a lot of the problems. I mean, I believe in James Gunn, and I think out of any person on Earth, he would be the person to save it, but I don't think it needs it. Wait, where's the swordsmith? Hush is good, people tripping. The animated movie is bad. The Hush animated movie? Or the Red Sun? The Hush animated movie is fucking garbage. They destroyed that story. See, I feel like that's why people... That's honestly maybe where the hate is fucking coming for Hush, because that movie is dog shit. And I liked the DC animated universe. I just hated that movie. The Red Sun's not that good either. I've started reading the Dark Tower comics. I prefer comics sometimes over novels, but I started reading the comic Dark Tower Gunslinger Morn. Didn't they... I have the first issue... I have the first book in graphic novel. Didn't they only release the first book as a graphic novel? Many DC New 52 movies are bad. Yeah, some of them are, but some of them... I liked most of the ones they did. There's a comic for Dune now, by the way. I've actually never seen, like, Dune. Like, I never read the book or, like, watched any of the movies. The Batman suit was reported going to have Hush as the big villain introducing Nightwing as a kid or Robin. Yeah, I heard that got, like... Well, I heard there was a bunch of stuff going around. They were saying, like, Hush, Clayface, Scarecrow... and like someone else was going to be in it, and I thought that got disproven. But they've tossed Hush's name in a couple of times. Because at first I thought it was going to be Clayface, because I thought that was the first rumor that got out. That it was going to be like the Silver Age Clayface, where he's like, you know... He just has, like, his face is, like, mutilated. I love Batman's suit in 52 animated movies. I'm not big on that suit, actually. I don't know why. It's just, like... I don't know why. I'm just not big on it. I didn't realize I was about to die. Alright. There we go. With the Flash movie, I sat through the whole movie in disappointment before the anime Flashpoint. Oh my god, the Flash movie's awful. I legitimately think that might be my least favorite fucking DC movie. Like, there's ones that are maybe technically worse, but genuinely... I sat through The Flash. I watched it twice. I sat through both times with genuine disdain. I hate that movie. I hope WB does something with HBO Max. Isn't HBO Max, isn't it like... I know they merged with Discovery, I think. There's something else they're doing with HBO Max, or just Max now, which is stupid, but yeah, Discovery. I can't wait for Jason to play Lobo, though. I don't think Jason's the only person that should get recast. Like, I think, honestly, I feel like there should be other people who can get recasted, too. Like, I don't see a need for replacing everyone. I like Jason Momoa. I know some people don't love him as Aquaman, but I think he's good as Aquaman. But even other than that, I love how much, like, genuine enthusiasm he had for the role and for DC. Oh, Alan, whatever his name is. I don't know, he's just so bulky. I don't know if I want another bulky Batman. I want like a kind of a slim, like agile Batman, which I guess we have with Pattinson. Ryan Gosling for Aquaman? No, Ryan Gosling should play no one except for Booster Gold. I'm telling you, he'd be perfect for Booster Gold. Like, legitimately. Like, in the most serious way possible, he's Booster Gold. I don't see Aquaman there. Reacher's a great show. I really didn't know anything about it until people started talking about him for Batman. But I know he's, other than Jensen Ackles, which would have been a dream come true if he was Batman, but honestly it's not going to happen. You know, seen parts of one, it's not bad. Of Reacher? I don't even know what it's about. I know it would never happen, but James Momoa would be good or bad as the Crow. I mean, I think he would have been a good Crow. I think he would have been a good Crow. I don't think he would have been a good Eric. If that, because, you know, the Crow's a moniker. There's been plenty of people who have been the Crow. I don't think he would have been a good Eric Draven, though. But again, it's, look, I mean, I like Momoa because he's just so passionate about the things he does. Like, when he wanted to play Eric, he was willing to actually slim down and, like, lose muscle just to play the part. Which, that's a great a level of commitment. I wish Brandon Lee was still alive. He would have had such an amazing career. It really, that's such a tragedy. He would have had an amazing career. Like, I'm not, like, there's so many other things he would have done. Like, I think he genuinely could have been like the it guy in the 90s or 2000s. Has anyone seen the movie? It's like Blue Beetle, but I don't want to see him in live action. Both me and Scarlet Widow saw the Blue Beetle movie. It was good. I want to see how the Highlander movie with Henry Cavill is going to play. I actually didn't know they were doing that. Wasn't it Highlander? Wasn't that the movie with Christopher, what was his name, Landon? They're making a Highlander movie again. There was more than one. Oh, wait, actually, speaking of the John Wick director, isn't he the guy making the Ghost of Tsushima movie? If I'm not mistaken. Yeah, he is. Yeah, I was like, I remember because we were talking about it earlier. I was trying to think who did it. It was John Wick. I like John Wick, so I'm pretty excited. I mean, I like the first one a lot, to be honest. This 1 and 2, they're okay. The first one's pretty good. Dude, I feel like the biggest idiot. I went on Amazon like a week ago, and I bought what I thought was a Blu-ray for John Wick 4, but unbeknownst to me, it was just John Wick 1 in 4K, so I had to return that. So I still haven't seen the fourth one, but I do like the John Wick movies. Anything with Keanu Reeves, I'm pretty in for. There are comic book characters made for comic books like Spawn will never get a good live action. No, but Spawn did get a pretty decent HBO show that not enough people talks about. There's a John Wick anime and Terminator anime coming out. I knew they were doing a John Wick one. I did not know they were doing a Terminator one. Although Terminator I actually kind of see as an anime. Brandon Lee would have done a great job as Jason Todd for Red Hood or John Wick or as John Constantine. Oh yeah, he would have done great. No, you know what I think he would have been amazing for? I think he would have done a great job as the Joker if Heath Ledger didn't take it. I think he would have been a fantastic Joker. Sure, HBO for not doing animation anymore. Especially when they put so much work into it and it was doing so good. The HBO show for Spawn is slept on. It is. I have to... I want to watch it again, honestly. "2D animation in the West is dead." Yeah, for the most part, unless it's like some Netflix exclusive thing. Speak with the armorer. 住職殿か。その実は下男と何ら変わりませんよ。私は純真と申します。There's another actor who should still be alive, Ledger. Oh yeah. Brendan Lee would have been in his 40s or 50s by now, I think. He was he died in 97 or 98, and he was 28 when he died. He was about 4 years younger than his dad. Bruce Lee was, what, 32 when he died? Or 33? Oh, 94. Okay, I'm a little off. But, yeah. And Bruce Lee died from what? Like a brand aneurysm or something. Screwed Disney for making 3D the norm because it's cheaper. Is 3D actually cheaper than 2D? That's surprising. I would have thought it would be the reverse. Everyone wants to talk to me. It's more easy to underpay and overwork VFX artists. They're always... animation in general is such a very grueling and, like, demanding profession. Like, it seems like... It's, you know, it's like one of those things where you really have to love it, because it seems kind of unrewarding, honestly. I wouldn't say 2D animation is dead. Invincible, Blue-Eyed Samurai just came out, and the other shows. Also, the Spider-Verse movies are legit peak cinema. I love the Spider-Verse movies. How is Blue-Eyed Samurai? I've heard people talk about it. I know it's getting like a second season, so I want to check it out. How is that? I'm talking about for animation in the West. Was there supposed to be a sequel to The Crow? Brandon Lee, but after he died? I don't know. I don't think I've seen that anywhere. I mean, they weren't even done with the first movie when he died. Mappa treats their employees like slaves. I mean, that's a whole thing. I mean, like, animators and manga artists in Japan work endlessly. That's why they take so many hiatuses.
良い具合です。
それは私の長男、重里のもの。
かたじけない。そうと話しました。
何と言っておった。
喜んで寺でかくまうと。
そうして居所を敵に漏らすわけか。ついてこい。
That's the reason why a lot of them get really sick or pass away. Kentaro Miro was like, what, 52? I mean, my dad's older than that. That's 52 is really young. I mean, it's no wonder they have to take like year-long breaks. It's so grueling. Like, you have to be really resistant to work in that field, which is, it's amazing considering that Japan has such a great like amount of amazing artists and stuff, considering how grueling it is. Because like I'm the type of person where like I am passionate about many things, like videography, writing, editing and stuff, but like if I worked like that endlessly, I would crash and burn 100%. Like it's, even as with how much I love it, I couldn't do that. So consider that there's people that do that every day and like withstand, even when it sometimes takes like their physical health, is insane. Like it's crazy to think how passionate people can get. Early 50s, I would argue he died from overwork, and how dark Berserk, it took a toll on him. Oh, probably. Yeah. I mean, Berserk is super dark. But I think more, it's just more the work, because the workload than anything. % man, like the new Batman Night Cries videos, by the way. Oh, thank you, man. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Night Cries was actually fairly, a fairly easy video to make. Sometimes when it's a comic like Night Cries, where the story and the art and the like the plot and the symbolism is so good, and there's so much to work with, sometimes the video almost gets made for you, quite honestly. And then there's other times where it's like pulling teeth, like, dude, I love Alan Moore. He's my favorite writer of all time. But, Jesus, analyzing Alan Moore work, oh God, like the V for Vendetta, that took a part of my soul. That just, it was so much work. Oh my God. So much work. We are not born to work. Not to the capacity we do. Definitely not how pushed we are nowadays. And Konami is working with A24 to make a Death Stranding movie. Really? Oh, I think I heard about that, actually. That's another thing getting a freaking adaptation. Hot take, I love Death Stranding. D616, were you the person... I know there was someone who was messaging me a while ago who, like, was adamant that I should make a Death Stranding video. They weren't rude about it or anything. It was just, like, they really wanted me to do it. I don't think Death Stranding deserves, like, the hate it gets. I think, like, anyone who... you know, anyone should be able to like something without getting shit. Oh, you weren't? Okay, there was someone who loved Death Stranding, and they really wanted me to talk about it. I'm willing to give Death Stranding a chance. Like, I'd play it on stream. Alan Moore annoys me. I don't know why he hates adaptation so much. Just work adaptation with them like Robert Kirkman is with Invincible. I think... The thing is, I understand why he doesn't like them, because his writing style and his style of telling the story, it really is like hard to make adaptations of it. And I think he did try and work with like whatever the first movie of his work was, he did work with them, but he still hated how it came out. So like he doesn't really like them. I mean, he fucking hated V for Vendetta. He didn't put his name on it. Uh-oh. Hold up. Well, let's take care of these guys first. But to be fair, like, I also understand, too, where, like, I love the V for Vendetta movie, and I love Watchmen as one of my favorite movies, but they are not great you can't make a movie out of those comics. You just can't. There's too much to be reduced down to a 2-hour time frame. I just really needed something longer, like a short series or something. You know, and I guess sometimes you just don't want your work adapted. I don't know. The problem is a lot of directors will take on a book or a comic or something, and they'll say they'll try and they'll try and keep it true to source material, but then they also go back on their word, and they basically just take your basic idea and turn it into something it's not. Like, that's kind of what happened with Stephen King, Stanley Kubrick, and The Shining. Stephen King fucking hates The Shining because it's a very different thing from what his novel is. And, you know, Kubrick had no interest in staying true to what the book was and just wanted to do his own thing. So, like, from a standpoint of a writer, I understand why that's frustrating. Question, I watched your video on Arkham Asylum, and I was questioning to get a comic. Is it a good read? Oh, Arkham Asylum's great. It's... To me, first of all, if you're going to get the Arkham Asylum comic, you make sure you get anything... I think it's the 20th anniversary edition. Get the one that has the annotated script in the back that Grant Morrison did. Because when you have Grant Morrison's notes on the story and the symbols and stuff, it makes reading it so much better, in my opinion. So if you're going to get Arkham Asylum, make sure you get a version that has the annotated script in the back. Not gonna lie, if you made a video on the origin manga I was talking about earlier, I would go berserk. I'm gonna check it out. I'm telling you, I'm gonna check it out. I hate what the internet did to The Mask. You mean The Mask like the comics? Yeah, the comics are... The Mask comics are violent as hell. They're really good, though. I just say I love the Watchmen comic and the movie. I just really hate the Watchmen show. The crap, they ruined it. Hell, I see, I never checked out the Watchmen show, and for some reason, Max took it off. I heard it seems like people either love it or hate it. I've never seen like an in-between with the Watchmen show. It's like, you either liked it or you think it like ruined the source material. It seems very divisive. Oh, shit. She only has one quest? She only has one quest, or I thought she had more. I guess not. Alright, let's see what else is around us. Someone mentioned seeing a samurai alive. Oh, I like this one. We should do this one. Because there's another thing next to it anyway. The Cost of Iron. Near Kuta Farm Shed, I've seen more Mongol patrols than usual. The main mission's down here. Legend of Tadadori. Okay, let's go to this question mark and then we'll make our way back there. I know you like covering dark manga. Could you cover movies, TV shows eventually? If not, we understand. Well, I have, so I did make a video about this horror movie called Smile. You know, it was a small little thing. I do want to talk about movies. I was actually working on another analysis of this movie called I Saw the Devil, which is a Korean revenge film. That's one of my favorites. Really, really good. this is kind of like a little fun fact to me. I love Korean films. I love their style of filmmaking and storytelling and like cinematography. Old Boy is my favorite movie of all time. I love Parasite. And no, I Saw the Devil is live action. It's if you ever watched Old Boy, what's his name? Oh, see, I don't want to say his name wrong, but the person who played the main character in Old Boy plays the villain actually in I Saw the Devil. Norio is my favorite character in this game. Is Norio the warrior monk? I think that's Norio, and that is who I'm thinking of. I like him a lot too. But yeah, I was gonna make a video on I Saw the Devil, but to be honest, I just kind of got burnt down on it. Like I went a little too hard and ended up working on Night Cries instead. So I'm gonna do Berserk Part 2 next. But once I'm done with that, I could go back to I Saw the Devil because I think it is still a really good movie. Yes, he looks like your cousin. That's unique. Yeah, I do like Norio as well. He's a really cool character. He kind of comes in later in the game, right? It's not. We still got a while until we see him. Okay, we're going this way. Yeah, Old Boy. I cannot recommend Old Boy enough. In fact, I don't know if you guys are in our Discord. The Discord is to get access to our Discord now. You have to subscribe to Patreon for $1. But I was talking to some people in Discord, and we're actually going to start doing like movie nights. And when that starts, I would love to watch Old Boy with everyone. By the way, if you do not pet the fox every time, you are a monster. Okay. Let's see. But yeah, I Saw the Devil. It's just it's a revenge film, but it's so good. It's not like Feeding Wolf in RE4. Oh. I think this is better than Feeding the Wolf. You ride the trap. We already found this one, actually. We actually already got that one. Yeah, let's go back here. Actually, can we... Oh, we fast travel. He uses the... Naginata. Yeah, it's like the kind of pole sword thing, isn't it? We're going... Okay. He's really cool, but I think he comes in later on in the game. Not gonna lie, I actually like this armor too. The what's it called? Samurai Clan armor. We got another headband actually. It actually looks. I like the head. Actually looks pretty good, decent. I didn't even look at the charm we got. Let's go back. Killing the stores of my amount of health. Receive an additional 7.5% of health when healing. That sounds pretty good. Have you played any of the Yakuza games? I'd like you to stream them. So I've tried getting into Yakuza 0, and I like it, but it's just so much to it. I end up like burning myself out. I've tried getting into it twice. I do legitimately want to get into the Yakuza games. In fact, I was talking to someone on stream about this yesterday. I do. It's just like, whenever I play it, I kind of burn myself out. I mean, maybe 0 is not the best place to start, but I do like to... I want to get into them. I was talking about this yesterday. It just amazes me how quickly they bump out those Yakuza games. Because I think there's been, like, what, 5 in the last, like, year? Or the last, like, 2 years or something? And the 8th one is coming out. Like, it's insane how quickly they pump those games out. Can't wait for Infinite Wealth. Honestly, a Dark Knight Returns live-action movie with Ben Affleck would have been so dope. Zero's the... Yo, I know Zero's the prequel. But I was just like... you know what? I don't know. Maybe playing it on stream would be able to get me through. I think most of the Yakuza games are on PlayStation... the PlayStation Network. This is one of my favorite side missions in this entire game, by the way. You have to investigate this fake ass samurai. I get it; they're really dense games. Yeah, I mean, it's I don't know. Maybe it's Yakuza 0 specifically, but if I do ever play the games, I want to do it in chronological order. Try Yakuza. Yeah, I know like a dragon's different because I believe it's turn-based, right? But do I need to play the other ones to like get it, or does it like not even matter? Because if it doesn't matter, then I'll try it. Not really. Okay. See, yeah, that one I would try because I like turn-based games, and there's not enough of them nowadays. Graphics character story is better. Oh, true, true. Oh, there's a new protagonist in Like a Dragon? Well, when we're done with Ghost of Tsushima, I do kind of want to finish Disco Elysium because I know a lot of people liked it. But when we're done with that, maybe I can start doing Yakuza. Yeah, this is a samurai's a fake and a phony. Got a liar on our hands. D's right though. 7's not super connected to the others. Oh, okay. So 7's just kind of like a sort of branch off or a new thing. We gotta track them. Yeah, even if it's like a new branching thing, I still wouldn't want to start at 7 though. I'm like kind of like OCD almost, where I can't like start in the middle or something, or like I can't like even like when I'm reading something and someone's like, "Oh, there's filler, you can just skip it." I can't. Like if I watch something or play something or read something and I don't consume all of it, I feel like I've like not really. I can't say I've like actually read it or played it. It's like a weird thing I got in my brain. How do I track this guy? Ichiban's new protagonist for the series now. Oh, okay. So I'm guessing he's going to be the new character in 8 as well. Okay, so we sort of search something here. Sometimes filler is good anyways. One of my favorite episodes from Dragon Ball Z is when Goku and Piccolo get their license. That's like forever one of my favorite episodes. I think Preacher's a good show and comic. I think you'd like it. Yeah, I've had people tell me I should check out Preacher a lot. I don't know, like I'm not huge on Garth Ennis, but I haven't really tried Preacher, so I can give it a chance. I just find Garth Ennis as a person kind of pretentious. But I like his work for The Punisher. Where are we supposed to track this guy? Funny how The Boys is an amazing show and the comic is terrible. Yeah, I haven't read a ton of the comic, so I can't speak on it, but I know from what I've heard, it's not very good. I like the Gohan superhero stuff of him in high school. It was funny. Gotham's a really good show as well. Believe it or not, I've actually not seen Gotham. I know it sounds crazy, but I just haven't seen it, really. I guess we're supposed to go this way? Oh, okay. He left tracks.
話がある
I mean, the creator hates superheroes. I get he hates them, but, like, he also says that, like, he hates superheroes. Like, okay, my problem with Garth Ennis is that he's like, oh, I hate superheroes because they all feel the same. They're all generic. There's nothing interesting or special about them. They all follow tropes. But then he says, oh, but I do like Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman. It's like, those are the most, like, tropey, like the most, like, tropey, like, cut-of-the-mill superheroes ever. Like, it's funny how he, you know, he likes them, but, you know, seems to have a problem with other ones. Gotham is good, but doesn't fall off. Wait, Gotham's good, but it doesn't fall off of a bit. He said superheroes ruin comic books. Yeah, I don't really agree, quite frankly. Although, to be honest, even though I don't like Garth Ennis that much, like when I hear him talk, I do really want to check out his series Crossed, because I know a ton of people like it. This is my favorite interaction in, like, the whole game. I love how you go through the whole thing and he still, like, pussies out.
お前は武士の名を語りその名を汚した挙句あの女衆を騙しておったのだぞ分かってる頼む
Oh, Gotham is good, but I'm pretty sure it falls off. I've heard things like that. It's just like, I don't know. I was really opposed to, like, a lot of TV for a while, so I didn't read a ton of, like, watch a ton of stuff. But Gotham is one I do need to go back to and watch. Gotham definitely is one of them. Okay. Let's go back and tell the ladies they were having an imposter. Mr. Robot's one of the best slept-on shows of all time. Is it really slept on, though? Because I feel like I've heard a ton of people praising it. I haven't seen it either, but I know Rami Malek's in it, so maybe I'll check it out. I'll give you a show that's really good that is slept on, that, like, no one talks about anymore. It was the first, like, HBO show. It was called Oz. It's a show about, like, prison. It's about this, like, experimental prison unit in this in, like, New York. So good. I've watched it twice and, like, no one talks about it. Could not be made nowadays. J.K. Simmons is in it. It was, like, one of his first big roles, and he plays the leader of, like, the neo-Nazis. It's so good. I hope Silent Hill 2 remake will be good. Probably not, but I hope. Believe it or not, D616, I've actually never played a single Silent Hill game. Which, like, I feel like a fraud for calling myself a love of horror. Of all things horror, like games and movies and stuff, because I've never played Silent Hill. But, to be fair, it's kind of Konami's fault, because they just don't make a good way for me to be able to play those games. I mean, I know there's, like, what's like the HD collection, but for what I've heard, like, people say it's not very good. I mean, I've heard 2 is not too bad, but, like, 3 gets really beat up in the HD collection. Correct me if I'm wrong, isn't the HD collection where they changed like all the font on the signs and shit to like Comic Sans or something? I've heard about Oz. So we need to watch it. J.K. Simmons is a goat in it, where you got an incredible taste. I love Oz. It's such a hard show to recommend, because it's like, if you're looking for a good time or to feel like good about life, don't watch Oz. It's such a fucking downer show. Like, everyone just has like the worst ending possible, but it's still so good. And it's like, again, it's like a thing where, oh my god, that show could not get made nowadays. Like a lot of people say, oh, this couldn't be made nowadays and stuff, and they usually exaggerate, you know. Oz legitimately could not be made today. I fully 100% agree. It could not get made. I still need to watch The Wire. I've watched BoJack Horseman. I like the Dark Left show. I've just started watching BoJack Horseman. I'm like 3 episodes in. I did watch the first season when it came out, but the first season, I believe, isn't really as good as the others, so I never watched the second season. But I do want to watch it, because a lot of people have been saying it's really good. The newest show I watched from like beginning to end is Barry. Barry is so good. I know like everyone talks about it, but Barry is so good. Like, legitimately one of my favorite shows. The games are pretty inaccessible. Yeah, like, Konami has this... Like, Konami is amazing because they just love not making money. Like, Konami loves making decisions that will get more people to hate them and to not make any money at all. Konami's legitimately like the only studio where like they consciously seems like they make decisions that they're like, okay, what decision can we make today where you know we're not going to make any money. Konami's latest games are just slot machines. I don't even know what their latest games are, to be honest. Well, you made a video on BoJack. Would love your take on it. Oh, maybe. I kind of wanted to make a video on Barry, but it didn't end up happening. Yeah, I have to start watching Barry again, honestly. Or BoJack, I mean. I don't know how many of you guys watched it, but I also really recently I liked the new season they did of Dexter, New Blood, which is kind of controversial because not many people did like it. As a Dexter fan, I did. So, if you're looking for something, I'd recommend that as well. You know, just gonna let you go. I ain't no samurai anymore. Alright. Return to the Traveler. Is still running? What, Dexter? No, it just there was the first like 8 seasons, and then it went off for a long time. God awful ending. Like, the first ending to Dexter, oh god. I would say it's still worth watching, because overall I think Dexter is a good show, but get ready until you get to the end, because it's such a bad ending. It does get fixed though in New Blood, so it's not technically the end, but it was the end for a while, and it was a doozy. Dexter's another series you need to watch. Dexter is a legitimately really good show for the first 4 seasons. Like, the first 4 are really good. The next 5 and 6 are decent. 7 into 8 is like a big drop off. Ghost of Tsushima is what AC wants to be. I'm going to tell you, it's a shame that Assassin's Creed couldn't do like feudal Japan before this game came out, because I think the next game they're making is going to be in feudal Japan. And I guarantee you, once that game comes out, even though Assassin's Creed has been a series for years, it's going to get compared to Ghost of Tsushima. Like, that's going to be its comparison. Guarantee it. Ooh, let's fast travel back to here. I like Odyssey, but it's a bad game. I've played multiple Assassin's Creeds. I don't think I've beaten any of them, but I've tried them. And I don't like very much of them, to be honest. Like Assassin's Creed is just a series I could genuinely never get into. I've tried playing Revelations. I've tried 3. I've tried 4. I've tried Unity. I've tried Syndicate. Just couldn't get into a single one of them, quite honestly. It's just not my thing. They're so repetitive for me. Like, they're so repetitive. I would maybe give, like, 1, or I'd give, like, 2 a shot, and maybe Revelations again, and Brotherhood, because I know those are the ones that people say are, like, the gold standard when it comes to Assassin's Creed, but other than that, I don't know. Like, I remember 3 was like the first one I bought, I think, because it was my first Assassin's Creed. I was excited to try it, and it was like, I got bored. You played Valhalla for 2 hours and got bored? I played fucking Assassin's Creed 3 for like 12 hours, and I still couldn't get into it. Mirage looks good. Mirage came out, and like I heard people talking about it for a solid day, and then like kind of nothing, to be honest. I played Black Flag as well. I liked Black Flag. I'd say that was like the most enjoyable. Like I said, like I think if I tried getting into Assassin's Creed now, as like I'm older, and I go from like the beginning, I feel like I'd like it more maybe, but I don't know. I would much rather get into the Yakuza series than I would Assassin's Creed, to be quite honest, though. Like, Yakuza seems much more appealing than Assassin's Creed. So Miss Masako here, we're helping avenge her family, who was brutally slaughtered, unfortunately. Represent Yakuza better than Assassin's Creed. It's funny because I don't think Yakuza was really big in the States until Yakuza 0. Or at least that's when I heard about the Yakuza series, was with Yakuza 0. I watched old Angry Joe's video on it, and I was like, oh, that looks cool. That was actually one of the main reasons, like, other than Spider-Man, Yakuza 0 was another reason I wanted to get a PlayStation, because I think it was a exclusive on PlayStation for a while. Now I think all the Yakuza games are on Xbox, but for a good minute I think it was an exclusive. Oh, I was supposed to trail him. Whoops. I was ready to go up and slash him. I like them for the history, but you don't expect AC for historical accuracy. Yeah, no, I wouldn't call them very historically accurate. Yeah, because it took a while to get a decent following in the States. Yeah, I think it was probably after 0 is when I heard about it. Because it's been very big in Japan since the first game, I believe. But like that's the way it works, though. Is like there's plenty of series that are like big in Japan, and they don't get like huge recognition until like the one game, and then everyone plays them. Like I think Dragon Quest and what was the other one? Dragon Quest is another one where I think it was really big in Japan for a long time. Before it came to the States. There's another game I'm thinking of. I can't remember now. I just had it. Yakuza 3 is the worst. Just letting you know ahead of time. Oh, really? Okay. First Yakuza had a dub and cut for the next games because it was not popular in the West. Oh, okay. So that's probably a big reason as to why. I honestly miss how games used to be in like the early 2000, like the early 2010s and stuff. Like I feel like that was just like such a big peak in gaming for me. Like a game like the first Dead Rising. Like I feel like you just wouldn't get that anymore. I feel like games used to be so more like in depth. No pun intended. But I feel like they used to be so more like in depth and just so much more freedom and stuff. Oh, we're showing the bandits now. Okay. Whoops. No. I'm here. Okay. No. Okay. Okay. Yakuza 3 is the one where Kiro takes care of an orphanage. Sounds interesting. It's I wouldn't imagine a thing you would do in a Yakuza game is taking care of an orphanage, but maybe that's one of the reasons people don't like 3. We need more AA games. Those mid-budget games. Same with movies, TV shows. Not everyone's trying goddamn blockbuster billionaire. Good shit. Games are more commercial. Yeah, honestly, I agree. That's why, like, I try to play a lot of indie games and stuff, because typically nowadays with the big budget stuff, it's just the same hawk and slop, you know. But with like indie titles and stuff, you can get more creative. It's funny how little the Yakuza games are actually about the Yakuza. I guess Zero's probably different because I feel like Yakuza 0 is all about being in the Yakuza and stuff. But judging from what I've seen from the other games, I guess that's not the case. As you said. I guess we're going in, guns blazing. Didn't even give me time for a standoff. Ooh. Here's someone yelling upstairs. What's going on? What's going on? They know I'm streaming. Should put my on-air sign on so they know to be quiet. That's not a joke, by the way. I actually do have a sign that says on air. I was not being facetious with that. Oh. You know what I wish in the archery in this game? I wish it was like in the first Call of Juarez game where whenever you take out your bow and arrow, it like automatically goes in slow motion. I think that'd be really cool. I mean, in Japan, the series name is Like a Dragon. Oh, really? The name Yakuza is for the Western audience. Oh, okay. I didn't know that. So Yakuza Like a Dragon is technically Like a Dragon, Like a Dragon? The same way how, like, Resident Evil is called Biohazard in Japan. So Resident Evil Biohazard's like Biohazard 7 Biohazard. Oh, I didn't know that. It's actually, so in Japan it's Like a Dragon. That's okay. Did not know that. So they probably have like nothing to do with the Yakuza. They have like nothing to do with the Yakuza, I guess. Sort of, after a certain point. It's just Dragon 7 in Japan. Oh, so in the US, are we not getting like Yakuza 7? Is it just going to go from like 6 like a dragon into like 8. Haina, remember from my involvement in the Adachi massacre has gotten out. I'm sure it didn't come from you. You know the danger of talking, not only to my life, but yours as well. Remain hidden and silent until I send for you. Trust in my cousins are loyalty to me and skill with the blade. If you meet anyone, this Mon, take your life. Oh, my love, Sadeo. Ooh, hold on, everyone. Hold on, get him in here. It's just Like a Dragon for both now. Oh, so the next game is gonna be called Like a Dragon 8. Oh, okay. I mean, we have Mafia games series about the Italian mob. Yeah, but you know, to be fair, in the United States, if you say the mob or the mafia, a lot more people are going to know what you're talking about than if you say, well, I was going to say Yakuza, but then again, they changed the name to Yakuza, so more people would know about it. I don't know. It's more well known, I guess. But also, like, the mafia games have much more to do about you being in the mafia itself than I guess Yakuza is about being in the Yakuza. Also, Mafia 2, fantastic game. I love Mafia 2. I liked Mafia 1 up until the fucking the racing part, and then you know, then I just couldn't really play anymore. And Mafia 3 just blech. Mafia 3 is such an ugly game. Like, I'm not a stickler for graphics. Like, usually I don't care. But when a game's, like, so overtly ugly, I have to call it out. And it's like, ooh, Mafia 3 is ugly looking. The first couple games are about the Yakuza. So when's the switch? Like, when does it stop becoming about it and just, like, move on? Mafia 3 is pretty ugly. It is ugly. Mafia 3 has some of the ugliest clouds I've ever seen in any game. It's just like, no matter where you look in Mafia 3, it just looks like there's just shit on your screen. Like, all the time. I think there was a hot springs we met. Oh, over here. We teleported here and we didn't even do it. Ah, you motherfucker. Alright. I'll have to do that later. I was like, isn't there a hot springs we missed? There was. We went to it. We teleported to it. We didn't even do it. I don't know. I haven't played a lot of Yakuzas yet, but I'm like watching videos about them. I was going to sit down and actually play them. Oh, okay. Got you. I'm like that with Metal Gear. I haven't played many Metal Gear games at all, but I like watching videos about them. And Portal, although I have played Portal 1. I haven't played Portal 2. Also, you can play Like a Dragon spinoff, Judgment. Plays lawyer that tries to solve a murder case. Oh yeah, that's made by... Is that technically a spinoff? Because it doesn't really have anything to do with it, right? It's made by like... It's like in the same style, though. See, that I think I could get into, definitely. Because I love, like, murder mysteries like that. It's in the same universe. Do they mention stuff that happens in Yakuza? Or is it just, like, shared universe only? Oh. Okay, we can crawl under here. Those are hot springs down there, too. Okay, so we'll do that. Oh, looks like we go through here now. Look at that sunset, man. This game is so beautiful. Like the white, you see all the Mongol ships coming in too. That's so cool. Yeah, this game is genuinely beautiful. Okay, I think we go over here, maybe. Yeah, okay. Also, Judgment has the best combat in the series. Oh, really? Okay. Yeah, you know what? Maybe, actually, that's not a bad idea. Maybe, like, playing Judgment just to get a feel for the sort of Yakuza-style game. That wouldn't be a bad idea, actually. Wait, it's only... Oh, I'm done. I was like, it's only 2 o'clock. No, it's that's how long I've been streaming. I've been streaming 2 hours, but it's 3 o'clock. Okay, I was about to say, I was like, what the hell? There's only 2 Judgment games. I thought there was only 1. I didn't know there was a second one. I only know the 1 game. Judgment and Lost Judgment. Oh, not gonna lie, I might have thought those were the same games. That might have been why. Okay, got you. All right. No, well, now I know. Now I know. Killing me from mental health. Due to more damage while 3 counts or less. We'll keep the one we got. I didn't finish Lost Judgment because my PS Plus subscription expired. Man, that's why live service games suck sometimes. Like, see, shit like that, why I'm always going to love physical media. Because you don't need a subscription. And eventually with shit like Netflix and with stuff like Game Pass, is the games are going to go off and the movies are going to leave. That's why I still love physical media. Not gonna lie, I meant to call my horse. I didn't mean to start playing the flute, but now that we started, well, we'll just vibe for a second. We can get a nice tune out. It's on PS Plus. Are both games on PS Plus? Oh, there's some fighting going on here. Oh, these are Mongols and bandits. I read physical comic books and manga over digital. See, I feel like a hypocrite because it's like, even though I will always pick a physical comic or manga if given the choice, most of my comic and manga reading is digital now just because of the convenience and because, like, I don't have room for all the comics and mangas I read. I don't like, I don't get rid of stuff when I'm done reading it. I like to keep it, so it's like, there's just too much stuff to read physically. I can't stand reading digital. Oh, yeah. I much prefer reading it. Much prefer reading it digital. PS Plus Extra does not deserve the price increase. PS Plus also is kind of a crappy service, to be honest. Wait, hold on, guys. Give me a second here. Alright, sorry about that, guys. In your country, it's like 300 euros for 3 months. Yeah, it's like, it's something ridiculous. Okay, what is it? I mean, I think it's like $100 now if you want like a PS Plus subscription a year, right? It's like something stupid. And like, the game, like, as much, I'm not a big Xbox fan just because like I don't think Xbox has any worthwhile exclusives, but I do legitimately think Game Pass is a better service than PlayStation Plus because there's just better, it's just a better selection, quite frankly. The husband. For the best version of PS Plus, it's like $180. Fuck out of here with that.
Sakai-sama.
Yeah, I love how... Man, I love PlayStation exclusives, but when it comes to fucking... when it comes to like some of Sony's decision making, it makes me scratch my head and just like wonder. It's great. Like they make you pay $180 for the best version, and you still can't download PS3 games. You can only stream them. A whole catalog, a whole generation's worth of games you can only stream, which is the shittiest way to play a game. It's like I'll never get that. To this day, I still can't stand how you can only stream PlayStation 3 games. Legitimately, a whole catalog of games you can't play. Like some games are literally impossible to play streaming. Like I tried playing Assassin's Creed Ascension, and because of the QuickTime events and the lag you get when you stream it and input delay, I literally can't beat it. I couldn't. I was able to do God of War 1 and 2, but it was like pulling teeth. Minimum wage is like €400 per month. So you have to pay 1/4, because you said it was what, €100, right? Yeah, for 3 months. So you have to pay 1/4 of your monthly paycheck for 3 months where you live for PS Premium. That's crazy. That is insane. It's not worth it. It just isn't. And most of the games are lost media. Yeah, and most of them you can't get, like you said, like they're not, you can't get like many good physical versions. It sucks here in Romania. We also have Western countries' prices for food. Ooh. Food here is expensive already, dude. Like eggs right now are like so expensive. Like especially where I live, 'cause I live on the East Coast, and like it's just like eggs and milk right now are so expensive. That does sound horrible, D. I'm sorry. You have to go through. Yeah, correct me if I'm wrong. I think the euro is like stronger than the dollar, right? Like, isn't €1 worth more than $1 American dollar? I hate when people from first world countries bitch and moan about stuff. Oh, 100%. Like, we have nothing to complain about, to be honest. Like, yeah, shit's expensive, but at least we have the option to buy it. You know? There was an assassin. So just to let everyone know, we're going to be going for about another 30 minutes here till about 3:30, and then we're going to call it for today. So just letting you guys know, we still have a good while till we're done here. And then I have to start packing because I'm going on a trip January 1st. Oh, a dollar is basically 90 cents in American currency. Okay. I'm actually going to Boston, Massachusetts, to see Miss Scarlet Widow, my girlfriend. I'm going for 3 days. Like, people in America, we complain about video games. People in other countries don't have clean water. Oh, God, yeah. But, like, it's one of those things where, like, especially, that's why people come back. Like, if they travel somewhere impoverished, they come back just, like, they have a whole new perspective. Because, like, you know, it's, like, living in such a rich country, you know, you don't realize how good you have it until you don't. Have a good time. Oh, I love Boston. I've been there 3 times. Well, this is going to be the 3rd time. Boston is so nice. As someone who frequents New York a lot, frequents the city, Boston is such a nicer city than New York City. Oh my God. It's not even close. Okay. He actually faked me out there. I was about to say, like, imagine he actually fakes me. He actually did. Son of a bitch. Calm down, big boy. Calm down, big boy. There we go. Not gonna lie, I've heard about a lot of good things about the city of Charlotte in Carolina. I might move there or at least visit someday. I've heard the Carolinas are beautiful. I've heard Charlotte's really nice. I've heard Charleston's nice. Yeah, it's because you know why? It's like the cities down there don't have nearly as many people as like New York or Boston, so I feel like it's just nicer and cleaner. Yeah, the Carolinas are very nice. Especially South Carolina, I've heard it's very, very nice. Let's see. A map belongs to Hachi, brother of Sadeo, the headman of the Fuda farmstead. The details routes Hachi traveled. Okay.
補給路の地図です。
野営に食料を運んでおったのか。貞夫がいずれかに隠れておるやもな。一番近い野営のまとめ役に話を聞け。この地図の意味がわかるはずだ。
あなたは
ヒナを埋めてやる。せめともの情けだ。後ほど野営で会おうぞ。
I'm gonna lower the desk here. I've been standing the whole time. My leg is starting to get tired. Everyone in Eastern Europe dreams of moving in Germany. Oh, is Germany like... I'm guessing Germany must be like a lot nicer than a lot of other like countries in Eastern Europe. There we go. Raise it up just a little bit. Okay. Because at a certain height, I like my desk when I'm streaming, as opposed to anything else. Ooh. See, I love shit like that too. When like you can bow and interact with the world like that. I really love the smaller streams with smaller channels, but I'm glad you guys grow and improve. Like someone watching going on a journey. Thank you, man. Oh yeah, these crickets too. These are collectibles as well. I think if you get enough of these, like you can unlock new songs or something. Just bought Witcher 3 for €8. You know, I have to try Witcher 3 again. I played it for a couple hours, like a few years ago. I keep See, it's left on the D-pad gets the horse, and left on the motion pad plays the flute. So I keep playing the flute when I want to call in Kage. But yeah, I have to try Witcher 3 again. I played it for a couple hours, and like my game like glitched, and I got stuck in like a well or something and couldn't get out. And I just stopped. But eventually, I would like to try again. You know what? There was a hot springs over here we actually missed, but we'll go back because we have this thing over here. Still waiting for the Witcher 3 remake with the newer Witcher games. Are they doing that? Doesn't the original writer for The Witcher like not like the games at all? Actually, wasn't there some like legal battle between the writer for The Witcher?
そいつが持ってる通行証を家族と奪おうとしたんですが、万兵に返り討ちにされ。それには命を懸けるほどの価値があるのだな。通行証があれば誰でも猛虎に止められることなく自由に道を通れます。役に立ちそうだ。ええ。
Oh, Henry Cavill doesn't like
アキュードの荷車は道の先に残ったままです。俺が代わりに見つけてこよう。お主らは休んでおれ。
He doesn't really care. He just doesn't get amount of money. Also, the Witcher writer's kind of a dick. I don't care about the game, but he supposedly he's a big fan of the books. Oh, okay. Yeah, didn't like the Witcher writer, didn't he like try and like sue the studio or something? Even though like he gave them permission, I think. It's weird, something like that.
アキュードの荷車だ。アキュードはおらぬか。
Henry loves the games but hates the show. Is the show closer to the book? Investigate area further. Hades is on sale. You played it? I have Hades on the Switch. I really liked it. Where am I investigating here? Oh, okay. Show's terrible. The writers on the show hate the source material and change it to their own liking. Oh, I hate when that happens. The first season's like a 5 out of 10 at best. There's been like, what? 2 or 3 seasons now? Ow. Ow. No, no. The Angry Birds movie is bad and a mockery of the source material. I actually have never seen the Angry Birds movie. Yeah, you know, not everything needs a movie. Okay. I'm a pretty reasonable person. What do you mean? Well, it wasn't directed towards you, D. Oh, okay, I guess these tracks. Oh, shit. No, it's not you guys. Dude, oh, there's nothing I can do. God. Oh, okay. This is where we were. Oh, so that game looks good. Performance last performance. I don't like it at all. In fact, I've sort of ranted and raved about it on Twitter. It's like my problem is that I genuinely don't feel like the game started out as in the Arkham verse. I feel like they just said that to like garner some brownie points, and I feel like they're trying now to like make all the connections they can to try and make it seem like it's part of the Arkham series. I don't know. I don't really buy it. Just too many inconsistencies. I don't know if it's gonna be live service. I know it's like a looter shooter, which is a dumb way to make a Suicide Squad game, quite frankly. Wait, what? Okay. There are more enemies. Nobody's gonna buy anyways. When Dragon Ball 2 and Rise of Rona come out in the same month. Well, it got delayed. It technically was supposed to be out already. I don't care that they changed his race, but it's just like it doesn't seem like the game started out as being connected to the Arkhamverse. Much like that, found the game got leaked. Yeah, I've heard some stuff that got leaked wasn't true, or like some stuff were just rumors that got. I don't know what's real or what's not. To be honest, maybe some things real, some things not. Who knows, honestly.
なんてことをどうすればいい
You gotta make the character true to the character and make the character look like the character. Catwoman, Jim Gordon, the Batman. I like Attack on Arkham movie. Oh yeah, that movie's good. I like that movie as well. So I guess we're done here. Let's see. Let's go over here because I think there is some springs there. Are you in college? No, not currently. When I started YouTube, I was thinking of going back to college, but when I started, I kind of put it on the side, which is good because I think I wasn't quite sure what I wanted to do in college anyway, so I'm happy I was able to do YouTube for the meantime. College is a thing where unless you like 100% sure on what you want to do, it's kind of not worth it, to be honest. At least not in the US. Got him. College in America is pretty overrated. It's also not needed, like 90% of the time. There we are. Gotham Knights was such a disappointment. I kind of like the idea of Cora Owls as a villain. It was such a cool idea. I never got into it, honestly. To be quite honest. I've also I'm not the biggest fan of Court of Owls. I don't know. I never the whole secret society thing never really got to me. Combat's great in this game, yeah. Oh, see, I was right. There are some hot springs over here. Alright, so we got that. So we can go to the other ones. Most people go to college just to party and get laid. Yeah, and I was interested in neither, so college really wasn't my thing. Freedom with Shimura. A warrior's burden. I'll do a warrior's burden.
武士の道もこれだけ心地よいものなれば良いのだがな。
Okay, so let's go to the other hot springs. Also, doesn't the game has a battle pass? The Gotham Knights or Suicide Squad? Because Suicide Squad, I think, does have a battle pass. Yeah. When will Berserk Part 2 be out? Hopefully next. It's what I'm working on currently. Hopefully soon. Probably mid-January, I'd say.
叔父上もいらっしゃればな。猛虎を倒したら共に人を巡るのも悪くない。
Yeah, thanks, man. I'm looking forward to it, too. Okay, so let's go back here and get our last gift, and then that'll be the final thing we do for today. Okay, so thank you everyone who stopped out to the stream today. Really active, really had a good time talking to you guys. Really happy you started playing Ghost of Tsushima because I do love this game. Yeah, I'll be back next week, next Friday and Saturday. I'm thinking of moving the schedule for Fridays like earlier in the day. I don't know. I'll think about it. But yeah, I will had a really good time, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.